Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be sharing with you how I personally use my iPad. The iPad I feel like is sometimes a weird device to kind of like know exactly how to use or why to use. For instance, I have my laptop, I have my phone, so the iPad is kind of this in-between device that sometimes I feel like people just don't know exactly what they can use it for. Students I feel like kind of have a set way of they're using it for note-taking, things like that, but if you're not a student like me, it can sometimes just feel like, why do I need the iPad? So here are just a few ways that I love using my iPad. And first off, I just want to cover the accessories that I have for my iPad because they kind of play a big role in how I use it. First off, we have the Apple Pencil. This I feel like is an essential when having an iPad. I highly recommend getting it. I love it. It's great for note-taking, drawing, anything like that. You can get other brands, so like I think Logitech also makes like a Logitech crayon or something that works, but definitely the Apple Pencil is natively for the iPad, so it's just the best. Then we have the Magic Keyboard, which I feel like is probably the least essential, but I didn't have the Magic Keyboard for a while. I had it in my previous iPad, but this is the 12.9 inch, so I didn't have one for this iPad, and I didn't find myself reaching towards my iPad for such a long time until I got this keyboard. It transforms my workflow a lot, especially since I'm so used to my laptop. I just love the feeling of having a keyboard and a trackpad on the iPad. So if you are looking to get a keyboard for your iPad, I highly recommend the Magic Keyboard. I absolutely love it. And the typing experience is definitely 10 out of 10. Then I also just have this case that I can prop onto it if I don't want it on the Magic Keyboard. It's nice because it can fold up and it's just really helpful if you're like drawing or anything. So I also have this case. So those are my main accessories for the iPad. Now let's go into exactly how I use it. First off, I use it a lot for digital organization. So this would be note-taking, just managing time, to-dos, all that kind of stuff. So I have two ways of mainly doing this. One is GoodNotes, and here I have a daily planner where I can go and write my to-do, plan out my day, time out how I want to spend my time. The daily planner that you're seeing me use here, I actually designed myself, so I want to actually give this away to you guys for free, so you can go ahead and link in the description, go to my website and go actually buy it, or well, get it for yourself. It is free, like I said, so definitely go get it if you're looking for a cute daily planner. So I use GoodNotes for my daily planning, hyperlinked planners, all that kind of stuff. And I also use it for just regular note-taking and organizing notes that I might take. GoodNotes is definitely my favorite note-taking app. I've tried others as well, but GoodNotes 6 also recently came out and it's also just really a good update. So GoodNotes 6 is definitely my favorite for note-taking. Then the other app that I mainly use for digital organization is Notion. So this syncs across my laptop, my phone, everything, but definitely Notion is one of my favorite places to just create dashboards and things, create reusable templates. I use this a lot when planning my videos. I have a dashboard with all my content on there where I plan out all my videos, even for goal setting and things like that, to-do lists, all that kind of stuff I have in Notion. And then one of my favorite things about Notion is my book tracking template that I use. This is from Gridfitty. I will have a link in the description where you can actually get it, but it's amazing and you can just track all your books on there. And while we're on the topic of reading, I actually like using the iPad for reading as well. I think it's such a nice device for reading. I have the 12.9 inch, so I do feel it's like kind of overkill, but like the iPad mini, I feel like would be an ideal reading companion. I don't use my iPad for reading all the time because I actually do have Kindle, so sometimes it's not necessary. But for instance, there's a cool app on your phone and iPad called Libby where you can add your library card and get books for free because you're just lending them from your library. It's such a nice app, as well as the Kindle app is also on your iPad. So reading on the iPad is really such a good experience, especially like the Libby app. It's such a nice companion for reading, getting free books. I know in the US you can send your Libby books to your Kindle, but that's not available where I live in South Africa. I don't really know why. So just reading it on my iPad is really nice. One of my favorite features also on iPad and iPhone is focus. So you can set a focus that will limit the amount of notifications you get. You can set a different home screen for each focus, different wallpapers. This is available with iPadOS 17 that's coming out later this year, where you can change wallpapers as well. But it's just such a nice feature to switch to different modes. So I have a reading focus set up and I have one for productivity, and my home screen changes based on each one. So this is just such a nice feature and I highly recommend trying it out. Then obviously I use my iPad for entertainment. So that would be watching YouTube videos, watching Netflix, things like that. Or I have games on there. So I have this cute coloring book game. It's actually a Disney game for kids, but it's just so therapeutic and fun to just color in. So I have this game here as well. And then also what I love doing on my iPad, especially with the Magic Keyboard, is crosswords. I have this one app that I play crosswords on, and I've actually made some good progress. So crosswords is also really fun to do on the iPad. So games, entertainment, iPad is great for that, obviously. And then also what the iPad is probably marketed for a lot, and I just love doing, is just overall creativity. So that would be just like creating content on Procreate. I love Procreate. It's such a powerful app. Drawing things, lettering, all that kind of stuff. I love using Procreate. Also, Canva is an app that I use a lot to create graphics for social media and things like that. It's so nice on the iPad, especially with all the touch gestures and things. It makes it really easy. So Canva is another app that I love using on the iPad. Lightroom for editing photos. You can easily adjust sliders. You have your Apple Pencil as a companion. Lightroom is also such a powerful app on the iPad that I use for editing photos and things like that. And then video editing is also very powerful on the iPad. We recently got Final Cut Pro on the iPad, so if you want to edit on a good software, Final Cut Pro is definitely worth it, but it is a subscription based. So I have an app called LumaFusion, which I bought years ago, that I still have on my iPad, which is also really great, that I use whenever I need to edit a video on iPad. You can edit vertical videos, horizontal videos, and it's just a very solid software. So LumaFusion is also a really great software if you don't want to go the Final Cut Pro route, but Final Cut Pro has some great features as well. So I can't deny that that's also a great editing software. So that's everything I wanted to cover on how I personally use my iPad. It's such a powerful device, and especially like if you don't have a laptop, the iPad can be such a powerhouse laptop wise with the Magic Keyboard, and then also just as like a notebook with the Apple Pencil. It's such a great device, and I think it has so many use cases. You just need to know what the right apps are to use and what all the possibilities are. So I hope this opened up some possibilities for you. Let me know how you personally love to use your iPad. What are your use cases for the iPad? Do you use it as a laptop? Do you use it for school? Let me know in the comments down below. This was more from a perspective of someone who's already out of school, so I don't use it for the regular note-taking, going to classes type thing. So that is how I use my iPad. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!